All right. Tonight's session we continue with the attack drills. Today we'll be doing, as I have two opponents here, so I'm making a little bit of going sideways and then even going behind the other, putting them in one line, talking about a little bit about multiple attackers situation, what you could do and so. But at first we will be doing some elbow punching to the side, to the front, and then thinking of the continuation. So a lot more about movement patterns, so to say, that once you start to go one way, how to get your movement going and how to keep that movement going as you should. Just like we did last week with the attack drills then. All right, so now that I am doing some elbow punching, let's just start doing a little bit of punching with elbows and go to the sides. So thinking of starting from here, elbow starts to go upwards. So from here towards the face, something like this, something like this. And now remember to activate the core muscles here, so you are not doing standing up like this, okay? So every time the punch starts from your core, all right? Do the sides. All right, roll your hands a bit. Next, as I do the elbow punch to the side, now think that when I gain some wins, so to say, you get the person to go backwards, you keep on and continue your motion there. So you let that same side leg move and you come close to taking the elbow forward. So if the head is going that way, you continue with the elbow forward. But now you need to be close. And of course, if it's going too far and you stay too far, elbow shifts into a palm strike or a straight punch or even something going to the side of the neck. All in the same motion of this, all the same. All right, so now think of sideways, and now as you recoil from here, you bring the elbow front. So your hand is bladed like this, all right? Three more. And as you see, my end position is so that all of my body is going forward like this, all right? So nothing like this. This foot needs to turn, so you will be able to continue as we will do in just a second. Let's go do the other way, all right? The elbow first, move, and hit with the straight elbow, all right? And one more. All right. Roll your shoulders a bit. Push the hands up. Bend down a bit. And sideways. All right. Drop your knees a bit. Go from side to side. And now remember, core all the time with you. Weaving and popping from side to side. All right. Next motion we are going to install there is a kick. So now, if you think that we are close and the person might ram into the wall, so there's a wall, there's a person, now I start attacking here. I start attacking here. Now we are close. Of course, it will be a knee kick to the groin. And then I am moving outside again. So thinking of this, groin, and then to 90 degrees depending on how the person moves. Now, remember, Krav Maga is not technique driven. It's more of a reaction and movement pattern driven. So, if it happens so that the person now flinches backwards, does this, and my elbow doesn't hit, I'm already hitting with my hammer punch. So movement pattern, thinking of this, and now hammer. So every time I start punching, if the elbow strikes nice, if the elbow misses, it doesn't matter. And now if I miss altogether, my next motion is already a straight punch. So now, let's do thinking of a situation of close, being here. Bob now rams into the wall. I continue here, I kick, and I move to the side. So that's my movement pattern. So if we're doing this, moving in this, and now you see why your foot needs to be toes pointing forward, because now I am already coming in with the knee and then turning to the outside. So here, here, knee, and turn to outside. Now usually it's the easiest one to turn to your front leg side, to that leg side which is more forward. All right? So this, and out. And now you can check what was behind you and how that affects. Okay? Let's go. This. Here. And you see my hands working so that I'm all the time thinking of hitting opponent's hands down, controlling the hands here somehow, doing this sort of motions, being here, controlling, pushing, hitting, and so. Okay? Elbow, elbow, knee kick, and then we're here. Relax a bit, and again. Don't try to be too fast. Hit hard, turn and hit hard, and do this. It's very hard to do them very, very slow and still have your body with you doing this, doing this, doing this, doing this. Because usually what happens is that you relax from your core and then it starts to go into a walking mode, and that's of course not what we want. So attacking side, hit, and turn. A few more times. Hit, attack, and turn. Relax again. All right. Let's switch to the other side. Let's go from here. Few more times. Once more. Okay. Now, let's make a variation of the punch, thinking that now the person flies a little bit further away. So you need to make a straight punch, whether it's going to be a palm to the face, whether it's going to be hit to the side of the neck, or even a straight punch to the chin here. Now remember, when you are training straight punches and you want to really get your knuckles hard, you need to work on that. Hands will break even in punching to do some, chin or something like that, and especially if you hit somebody to the forehead with your knuckles, it's very high probability that your hands will break. But if your stress reaction is so that the hand will clench to the fist, what you're going to do? Then it's going to be that. So that's why you need to learn how to punch with the fist. We will make a YouTube short on some of the knuckle stuff that you can actually start making them a little bit harder and still, not go crazy by punching to the walls or something like that, because then you will just break them. All right, enough of rambling. So now I started with the elbow. I move in, and now I hit with the open palm. And then, now as there is no knee kicking, but there might be a straight kick. So, in fact, it goes like elbow here. Now as the bob is not moving, I need to make a room that, okay, now bob flinched. So going from there, and now I'm still too close for my front kick, but I'm going to make a front kick with the shin. So I'm hitting with this part of the leg to the groin. But all the way might be going this, and then just kick to the groin. All right? So this is kick and move. Now this last motion is very important should there be another person coming at you. All right? So you have to always stop your set, so to say, in a situation where you can be ready to start. And now you can practice it just as I'm doing now. So I start to go to the side, hit, move. Go to the side, hit, move, go to the side. And again the same thing. So from here, kick, move. Now I continue to the other way. Hit, move, and turn here. Okay? Let's go. All right. So the same moving pattern, starting to the side, going here. It doesn't matter whether it's going to be elbow, your forearm, or the side of your hand or hammer punch. It's still the same. It doesn't matter if it's going to be an elbow, if it's going to be your forearm, it's going to be your palm, it's going to be the edge of your hand, or if it's going to be your fist. Still the same moving pattern. As it's not important whether it's going to be knee kick, shin kick, or a front kick, or even a sliding front kick. The moving pattern is the same. And this is one of the strengths in Krav Maga. We want to think it and think of it as a not technical solution, but more like a behavioral and movement pattern solution. Because then these same things happen when you go into, let's say, I have a weapon threat here now. You see in this hand. Let's turn Bob a bit. So I have a weapon threat here. And now if I'm turning and doing this, it's still the same thing. You see, a weapon threat here. And as I'm turning, I'm doing the same stuff here. So moving pattern is the same as it was here. So you don't have to learn many techniques, you just have to play around with your reactions to different sort of situations. And this is very important in training also, because let's say that we do this technique going to the side against some sort of a grab or hold. Now, if a person grabs you from the wrist, it's going to be very hard for you to start doing motion to the side. But if it's going to be up here, somebody grabs you from your clothes and you do this, it's easy. It's very natural motion. All you need to do is raise your elbow. But if you try to make this technique work against somebody grabbing you from the wrist, it's not going to happen. Then it goes, okay, what about the technique against the wrist? Well, you have a lot of other reactions, like just going around it, making it move, pulling and so on, but that's not what we're practicing today. Today we're doing moving pattern. So now, somebody grabs you from your hand, so thinking of pulling it out and recoiling. So turn from the body here and hit with the body there. So turn here, hit there, and you are back in the same solution as we were before. So now somebody grabbed your clothes or something, pull, hit. So thinking of pulling and hitting. Pulling, hitting, and now continue with your attack. All right, thinking of this, you are standing all peace and quiet. Somebody grabs you, remember this, and now do it in the same motion. So using your flinching reaction of this and this as part of your technique. So thinking of somebody grabs you, doing this and pull, doing this and pull, and now I start my attack. Doing this, pull, start your attack, hit, and move out. Okay, let's do it more. So this, hit, more. Now, pay attention to these very, very small movements that we're making now. And these small movements are this, Because if you don't add this into the techniques, you are not adding the natural reaction to the techniques. Then you are trying to do it something like this. And now if somebody grabs hold of your hand and you try to start doing this with your shoulder, it's probably not going to work. Of course, if the person is so light that you can lift them up with your shoulders here, no problem, but usually it's not the case. Usually it's the bigger, stronger, and meaner who's going to come and catch you. So every time you make a technique, start from here. Just learn to do this small motion, because that happens when we are startled. It happens automatically. Now we're just enhancing this and going in. And those are the key points in the training. So now, if the person pulls you towards them, something like this happens. Now I have to go to them, but at the same time as they are pulling, it's easy for you to raise the elbow. So once you start to get pulled, raise the elbow, and there you are again in the same motion. So whether it's somebody pushing your hand, go with the push and recoil, somebody pulling you, just raise the elbow and keep on going and turning again. Okay? Now, let's train this. First you make 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Somebody is grabbing your hand and your reaction is to bring it here. And then you start going to here. All right? Again, somebody grabs your hand. This happens. Going here. And now you can switch sides if you want. I need to take a little bit care of my elbow now, so not to make very fast motions with that one. So you just have to forgive me for doing on this side more. So from here, a few more times. All right. Now, next one is somebody was pulling you towards them. You lose balance a bit. So this happens, and now you bring it down, but let your elbow go up. So as you are being pulled, this happens, and then elbow up. First, probably it's going to be so that once you get pulled, you do this. You get here, and now you bring the elbow up. But when the hold is above your elbow here, it's going to be pretty easy. All right? This, pull, and turn. A few more times. Now comes the pull, up, and inside. Remember the small motions. So every time somebody attacks you, you get surprised. Now, be surprised in training. That's the hardest part. When you are thinking of the technique, don't think about the technique. Once you know your hand knows the trajectory, knows the motion pattern, it will follow. Just thinking that, okay, I'm being pulled, now elbow up. That's it. And of course, for some of us, and most of us, it's of course important to understand this. But when we are doing this, the attack drill, now we're just putting it into a new context of somebody attacking you, actually. So, as I said, Krav Maga at its best, it's not a technique-driven system. It's reaction-driven system where we put the most efficient movement patterns that's fit to that reaction. So if you don't get that reaction when somebody is attacking you, you can look at it from the video, what happened to me, and then put it into a training context. So start doing those motions that you see yourself doing in the video. Then you will be, again, closer to the realistic self-defense. So what you're going to do realistically, because that was your own moving pattern. Now, if it happens so in training that now the person grabs you from here, and this is might be hard, they are putting your hand here. So then it might be so that when you turn, you're doing something like this. Because when the person is pushing your hand down, they cannot be very strong sideways. They are very strong upwards. I can push my own hand here. I cannot push it out, but I can push it to the side. All right? I cannot push it upwards, but I can turn it sideways. And the same thing with the attacker. We cannot be strong in all directions. But when we are specifically training this motion pattern, don't mix it up yet, okay? Because then when you have all of the motion patterns, or not all of them, but because there are only a few motion patterns that are feasible, then you can start mixing those up. But first to get strong in one pattern. Now, let's use the same motion pattern, but now we have a situation that somebody is pushing you from behind, so you start your attack here. So if somebody is pushing me, I start my attack here. And now as I gain success, I hit the person here. Let's take that hand. I hit the person here, and they are moving backwards. Now I need to bypass them and get to here. Okay? Now, the only thing that changed was the angle. First, we were going to this one. Now you get smacked to the head and you go like this. So you see your elbow is almost already there. So you get smacked to the head, you start doing this. And now, as you move, just throw that leg backwards. Of course, you can do from here a back kick if you want to, but today we don't want to. We want to do this one motion pattern and get good at that, all right? That's what we want to do. So now, if it's hard for you to imagine this, just smack yourself to the back of the head every time and you get hang of it. And of course, if you have a partner you're training with, let them smack you to the back of the head and then you can revenge. Okay? So doing this, because that gives us the motion, hand coming here, and now as you already see, my foot wants to continue to go backwards. So from here to here. And of course you can punch with this hand again. You can do smack, dang, hit with the hammer, get more room, and turn. Because it is just there within the same motion pattern that we are doing now. So you got smacked to the head, you start to go here, here, continue thinking of kicking. Now I went already outside of the frame, no worry. So to here, 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 kicking and moving. This. And now as you see, or I hope you see, I'm not punching up and then standing up and punching again. But once this goes there, I make a small motion here and I always bring it back. All right? That's the key to success here. So to here, 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 kick and out. Let's do this time. So smack, hit, hit, kick, and move. All right? So now, I want to summarize this far, what we've done and what you need to do. First, think of the moving and how you combine your body motions. We started to go to the side way, and now as I am here, I turned, I brought my elbow here, I continued, and then I moved out. Okay? Now from further away, it was elbow, forearm, hammer, straight punch, straight kick, moving outside. Of course, if you miss with your straight kicking, you move here. We're just in a pattern that we did last week, where we were doing stuff like hit and continue here. If your front kick misses and you end up here, it's easier for you to balance yourself here. Then you balance yourself there, no problem. Don't worry about that. Sideways or sideways, that's it. Okay? That's how to do. All right? So that's the key. This, move, move, move. That's it, all right? So it's very good when you are training in closed spaces. Something like this, I have something here. Now I cannot move that way, so I need to move this way. You are just bringing in, as we say in skill training, some constraints to yourself. You are putting some obstacles that you need to carry. All right, let's continue. So just doing this, doing this, doing this, moving, that's your pattern, and then you go again. All right, let's go. If you have targets to hit, use them, hit them. If you have a partner with you holding pads, hit them, hit them, hit them, because every time you get a sensation of hitting and the person is moving or target is moving, you get a natural motion of yourself putting that motion. You have to try to hit with every punch, every strike you give. Okay? Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Nice, 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 nice. And again, it's coming to you. Yes, good. The back is coming to you already. Go, 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 go. And now the other one is behind you. Yes. Back is coming to you. Go, 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 go. Don't recoil. Don't come back. Don't give yourself a break. Again, it's coming already. Move to the side. Don't back up. Don't back up. Go, 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 go. Sideways, sideways, sideways. 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Try to get always to the 90 degrees of your angle, okay? Every time try to get to the 90 degrees of your opponent, because it's going to be very hard for them. They need to turn. You can take away their side kicks. You can control them. You can do arm bars. You can pull them. You can push them. But if you are in front, if you are here, it's going to be the same attack drill again. Once they recover, they are just charging at you. So that's why 90 degrees. Okay, a few more times. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Go, 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 go. Punch, punch, punch. Remember, hit side, hit side, hit side. Move. Hit to the side, hit to the side, hit to the side, and move. Good job. 90 degrees. Go, 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 go. Next week, we are going to go into another attack drill. Now, this drill, we started doing sideways, we started doing here, and we started doing a little bit backwards. That's cool. It's the same thing. Now next week, I intend to do something where we start with a kick and then continue. So we need to come back from the kick and then continue with our hands. All right? Now, just take it easy, but still, every time you get a chance to hit something like a back or a person holding the back, do it, because once you have the motion correct, then you need to start putting resistance there. You need to start putting something that you can actually strike, because it gives you a different sensation. All right, guys, that's enough for this week. and see you next week.